When Herb and Anita McDermott married, they both loved to party and spent their leisure time and money on drinking, smoking, and entertaining.
We really did have fun having people over and having parties, and we were pretty wild.
And that cost money, and alcohol was expensive, and we didn't realize how much we were pouring into our entertainment.
What Herb and Anita didn't spend on partying, they spent on their daughter's medical bills. Their daughter had terrible allergies and needed expensive shots. Eventually, they had to put most of their expenses on credit cards.
She had severe allergies, and she was having 2 shots a week.
I didn't despise using the credit card. Was I concerned about it? Yeah.
And yet, he said, we can't continue paying these doctor bills.
Then one day, a friend invited her to a women's conference where Anita learned about tithing.
She said, do you know what that is? I said, well, I know what tithe means, 10%. I said, honey, there's no way we can do that. We're just making ends meet, and I'm working 2 jobs.
While he didn't think he could afford to tithe, Herb figured he'd have more money to give if he wasn't wasting it on alcohol and cigarettes. So he asked God to take away those desires.
I never wanted another cigarette. From that very minute, gone. He totally took the desire to drink away from me. Never had another desire. It was like our life changed.
Anita had a change of heart too.
God was at work. We surrendered totally to the will of God.
The McDermotts say God also healed their daughter's allergies. And because they weren't spending as much, they began to tithe consistently. Herb says God's goodness led him to get saved.
In February of 1981, I walked down to the altar of the church, and the pastor asked me what I wanted. And I said, I want Jesus. So he prayed with me.
Because of their tithing, Herb got blessed in another way. He left his 2 jobs for a company that sold engineering products to the Navy, and his income doubled.
I opened a lot of new business for the company, and my bonuses were great.
Soon after, the McDermotts became CBN partners.
We like the way they don't spend the money frivolously, but it goes to the people in need, either in health areas or getting water for people who don't have water or food.
When we've seen hurricanes come through, and I see those Operation Blessing trucks pull in, it just delights my heart. And Orphan's Promise, it just blesses me that those children are being blessed. Oh my goodness, I love it.
After years of tithing, Herb says God gave him the dream about a wind system apparatus for helicopters. The U.S. Navy turned him down as they were developing their own system called Mariah. For nearly 14 years, Herb held on to his dream. In the meantime, Herb started a small government contracting company and later brought on a friend to help him run it.
We did anything. We would write tech manuals for the government. We would take jobs that nobody else wanted.
Then in 2002, the government asked dozens of companies to bid on a project. What they were looking for was exactly the same system that had come to Herb in a dream. The Pentagon chose Herb's company to install the equipment and awarded them a $94 million contract.
It's all God. It was his idea. It was a dream he gave me, and he wanted us to do it.
We have a saying in England, and it's called gobsmacked. And it means absolutely, it's incredible.
The employees wanted to know why I was successful. Tithing works.
They have also taught their children and grandchildren about tithing, and God is blessing their lives too. In 2016, Herb sold his company for a major profit. Looking back, he and his wife say the #1 reason for their success is giving.
If you will test God in the area of the tithe, I guarantee that God will do his part. He's not a respecter of persons. If he did it for me, he will do it for you.